asking questions.
Looking for answers.
Here's more of Montreal Now
with Aaron Rand and Natasha Hall.
Hey, Brenda.
Hey there, David.
How you doing?
I'm doing very well.
Okay. So no sun until Sunday.
No, there's no sun here either.
No sun. Where are you exactly?
I'm in beautiful, not so sunny Saint-Lazare.
Saint-Lazare. And we pretty much have the same weather. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's too bad. So, you wanted to talk about an unintended consequence of Quebec's tuition hike for English universities.
Yes. And I think, there's been a lot of speculation and accusations of how the provincial government put forward this proposal without any research or any great deal of thought. And as people come to terms with what the implications are, I think that's bearing some fruit in the sense that there's so many intended and unintended consequences of this. And one is for everybody's focusing on McGill and what that will mean for McGill. But one little part of McGill is a little sort of gem in its crown, which is the Macdonald campus in Sainte-Anne de Bellevue. And it is home to its agricultural and environmental studies faculties. And it also runs what they call Macdonald Farm, where a lot of the research is being done. And again, this is a beautiful facility, one of the few in the country. And the cost of keeping that going is quite high. But when you look at who is registered for this program, they get about 20% or so of their students from outside of the country, which means that the number may not change, but how much money McGill gets to keep from these students will be reduced. But they also get about 25% of their students from outside of Quebec. They come from Canada, but outside of the province of Quebec, which is really threatened now because of the increased tuition. So if the number of students out there drop, the cost per capita of running that facility increases dramatically. And then you have the other sort of blow that this campus has already suffered, is that it offers what they call the FMT program, the Farm Management Technology Program, which is basically a CEGEP-level offering. And it has already taken a hit because of Bill 96, whereby students from outside of the province coming to this facility, namely from Eastern Ontario and sort of mid-Ontario coming into Quebec, they're no longer eligible because they don't have certificates of eligibility. So in this past year, they've already seen their numbers drop. So again, when McGill is looking at how it's going to sort of manage its affairs moving forward, there's a big question mark hanging over Macdonald Farm at the moment. And if you put it in a wider perspective, how is the world going to feed itself? Canada has a big role to play in that, in the sense that, it has a lot to offer, but it has to train people. It has to, there are new technologies, there's new ways of doing things. It's no longer just do it as Grandpa used to do it on the farm. Agriculture has become a high-tech industry, if you will. So again, the timing is really, really difficult for McGill right now.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's an interesting angle that I haven't heard anybody talk about, but it sure needed to be pointed out. Moving on, you're raising an interesting question here. The Anglo community of the Quebec Liberal Party, who has abandoned who?
At one point, the Liberal Party always counted on the Anglo community, and I don't know how many Anglos today could even articulate what the Liberal Party stands for. And I think, again, we're we're at a crossroads in terms of timing in this province of what does the future hold. And when you see François Legault plummeting in the polls, where are we going to go? Who's standing in the wings? Who's going to... Yeah. And when you look at all the blows that the Anglo community has suffered just this year, where does that leave them? And, I was listening earlier to Monsieur Coderre, and he was, talking about, it's okay if the Liberal Party has to wait till 2025 for a new leader. Well, I think there's a lot of problems with that. And, no disrespect to Ms. Risky, but if you're planning to form a government and you have to wait 3 years to pick a leader or 2 years to pick a leader, how deep is your bench in the sense of who's going to be in your cabinet if you can't even have anybody that would be, you can't name names for leadership. It's not a one-person show. Mm-hmm. And so, I think that the Liberals have really abandoned its constituency on many levels at this point.
Yeah, it's definitely what it seems like, and to your point, they've made their bed. They're going to wait till 2025 to find a leader. You don't seem to have anybody that will jump in until then. I mean, the only two names that are left, really, that are known is Antoine Dion Charest and Mauro Risky, because Mauro Risky has not said no forever to the Liberal leadership. She just said no if it was now. So, and she said she wants to focus on growing her family. That's fine. But I think this is one of the reasons why the Liberals actually pushed it back, is because they're accommodating Mauro Risky. As for others,
but who is accommodating the population that the party is supposed to be serving?
That is a fair question. And right now, I mean, nobody in the Liberal Party seems to be interested in responding to that. I mean, even Beryl Wiseman earlier on the show was saying, "Oh, there are great stars on the bench. We never hear from them."
No, there is no bench. There is no bench because you don't hear from them. That's exactly it. If they were a star, they'd be putting up their elbows and claiming their space and fighting in the corners. And they're not. There is no one out there really, can anyone articulate what the Quebec Liberal Party stands for right now?
Well, then, okay. So I appreciate you raising these issues and presenting them in this way, Brenda. So tomorrow, what I'd like to continue then is what would be the answer. Because now I think we put the finger on the problem, but it'd be interesting to explore, how the Liberals could get out of it. So
I've got some firm theories on that.
Let's get to those firm theories tomorrow. Thank you so much, Brenda. I appreciate it.
Always a pleasure.
Brenda O'Farrell, career journalist and editor, founder of the 1019 Report, which covers the other side of the Heurtel Bridge and the 1510 West.